If you are in sales or in marketing, or you want to improve yourself in business, the only book that I read every single year at the start of the year, because it's had such a profound effect on my life, is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now, why this book? I read this book about 7 years ago when I was going into a job where it was going to be largely based on client relationships. Still doing HR, which I had always done, but I was going to be consulting small business owners, and a lot of them at one time every quarter. So I needed to quickly build relationships and keep them. And I had done some looking around because this is a little bit different job for me than a traditional HR guy, which is what I had been my whole career. I needed to find something that would really help me build relationships. And the more research that I did, the more every single thing I found pointed to this book. So this book teaches one very powerful lesson first, which is that relationships are everything. That seems very obvious, but it teaches you how to form those relationships. It also teaches you how important it is to ask questions and shut up and actually listen to the answers. They call it active listening, to really listen to the answers, as opposed to trying to shove what you want down other people's throats. So how is a practical application of this book out there that can help anyone? Well, this book can help anyone because let's say that you're going into a sales meeting. A common tactic is to start talking right away about how great your product is, how well you're doing in the marketplace, how innovative you are, and that might work. But if they listen to 4 or 5 different sales pitches because they're vetting out products that are right for them, they're sick of hearing this. Instead, if you followed the advice of this book and you went in and the very first thing you did is before you even got to the product is you just chatted with them about whatever was going on. You know, how was your weekend? How have you guys been? I've seen a lot of great growth for you guys, and you just shot, the chat around a little bit until they brought it back to the product. The customer is then bringing the subject back to the profit instead of you shoving it down their throat, right? Better. And instead, if you said, well, guys, before we get into our solution, to see if it's even a good fit for you guys. So you see what you're doing there? You're stepping back instead of stepping down their throat. You're stepping back to say, I don't even know if we're going to be a good fit. Let's just talk about this. Say, tell me why you guys are interested in even looking at a product in the marketplace. Like, what struggles are you guys having right now? And then if you take a mental checklist of everything that they talk about and figure out while they're talking how your product fits into that, then you can go, yeah, well, our product does this and this pretty well. And what this book also teaches you is to be real with people and say when things don't work. Because if you go, you know what, if you guys just really need a product,